homecoming in Weslaco, where it is the Weslaco Panthers taking on the Rivera Raiders. It's also Pigskin, as the band has a big performance ready for tomorrow in Harlingen. We have the cheerleaders that are here. Say hi to the cheerleaders here on the pregame show. We also, of course, have the drum line as the drum line continues to warm up and get ready for that competition that will take place tomorrow. Pigskin, the 75th Pigskin, taking place in Harlingen tomorrow. And also the drill team is here. We have the Dreamettes that are here doing their thing, cheering on the WPC, and we even have Paulina and Paulie the Panther also in the house. It is the Miriam Guerra All-State Insurance pregame show. Carlos Robledo, along with Mike Gonzalez here, ready for all the festivities here. And it's like a little pep rally that is going on before the big game. But let's also bring on our very special guests we have coming on with us now. They will come out on stage. We have our drum majors, Gabriela Sainz, Manny Lopez, and Alexis Gomez coming out. They're the special guests here today for this exciting time. Welcome to the pregame show. Are you guys excited? Manny, good to see you. How is that for an opening of a show? How's that to begin homecoming? Thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you very much, band, for being here. Thank you to the cheerleaders as well. Thank you to the drill team for welcoming the drum majors for WPC for being here. And that's thank you very much, drumline, cheerleaders, and of course, the Weslaco High School Dreamettes. Paulina's also here, and of course, Paulie the Panther. Welcome everybody to the Miriam Guerra All-State Insurance pregame show. Carlos Romero once again, along with Mike Gonzalez. And we have a some special guests. Gabriela Sainz is here, Alexis Gomez is here, and also Manny Lopez here to talk a little bit about what's going to happen tomorrow, because not only is it homecoming here, but Pigskin takes place tomorrow. Are you guys excited about tomorrow? Y'all ready to go?
Of course we are. We're all really excited. Everyone's energy is really high, and we're going to do great.
Talk to us about the theme that you guys are going to perform, and what you guys are going to do, and how hard you guys have worked, and what you guys are looking forward to.
Well, this year we're doing 007 Reloaded. It's a James Bond themed show, and it's going to go very great. It's very fun. The kids love it. We love it. And every time we run through it, it's just so exciting and so energetic. Like, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
I know that you guys have been practicing hard. This is something y'all start in June, July, maybe even before that. But I see you guys out there in the hot sun and in front of the high school practicing. And let's pass the microphone back here to Manny. I want to bring up a graphic because these guys have been doing excellent so far in the pre-Pigskin, because they've already received 2 Division Is at pre-UIL marching competition. That's right. At the Queen City Marching Festival, 2nd place overall and best color guard, and at the Donna pre-UIL, a Division I. So, Manny, you got to feel very confident about your band and tomorrow taking the field at Bogus Stadium.
Of course, I feel really confident. These kids have been working really hard since June. And I just want to say I'm so proud of them. They've been, every day they go in the morning, and I'm just so happy to see them. They're working hard, and I know we're going to get Division I. They've been working so hard,
awesome.
And they have no reason not to get it.
Yeah, I know every other year is where the competition takes place on whether you guys will qualify for state or not. This year is not one of them, I understand, but yet Pigskin is still very important to you guys, isn't it?
Yes, of course. We always treat every practice like it is a state year, even if it's not. We're always striving to improve ourselves and do the best that we can.
All right. And so, over the next couple of days, I know y'all have, of course, it's homecoming here, but y'all are going to perform afterwards. What is your all schedule like here for the next couple of days? Because I know you guys have everything all planned out.
Well,
Alexis, tell us.
For today, during halftime, we're going to do the homecoming performance. And then afterwards, we're going to give the audience a little preview of what's going to go on tomorrow night if they can't show up. Show them that Division I Panther Corps that we have. And tomorrow, hopefully, the audience is able to go make it out, perform a Division I out on the field.
All right.
If you guys can tell the public where it's going to be at and what time are y'all going to perform?
It's going to be in Harlingen, Texas. At the Bogus Stadium at 8 p.m. we're performing.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Manny, Gabriela, Alexis. Thank you very much for being here on the pregame show. And we'll let you guys go for right now because we're going to talk a little bit of football. How does that sound?
Thank you.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
for having us.
Good luck,
got
you
it.
guys. Make Weslaco proud.
Go WPC, Weslaco Panther Corps. Bring home that Division I tomorrow. Good luck, guys. Good luck. All right, well, we do have a football game. Yeah, it is homecoming, and we have a lot of things to talk about. And it's going to be 1-4. Weslaco, the Panthers, taking on Rivera. It is 1-5. And this is, though, a team, Weslaco Panthers, they keep improving week in and week out, Mike.
Yeah, Carlos, even though they are on a 4-game losing streak, this is a team, as we've mentioned over and over again, that they're a rebuilding process, but they've looked very good. Last week against Harlingen, they performed, and they gave Harlingen a good fight, stayed with them for 3 quarters, and I look for them to come out tonight and play well.
You don't want to sleep on the Rivera Raiders because they're coached by Tom Chavez. He's been in the business for quite a while now, and he always has a little, maybe something up his sleeve, but he always comes up with some big victories when he needs them.
Big time, Carlos. I mean, Tom Chavez is among the winningest coaches in Rio Grande Valley history. I mean, he's been there for a long, long time. He's a legend, not only in Brownsville, but also here in the Rio Grande Valley, and so it is an honor to have him here in Weslaco.
Now, last week, the Panthers took on Harlingen. They didn't come away with a victory, but Matthew DeSantiago, I think people know who he is now. Look what he did, well, what he's done for the season and what he did last week. Here is some video of him. This is DeSantiago picking up big chunks of yards against the Harlingen Cardinals. Here he is, and not just, 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust, but he was picking up 5, 10, 7 yards, including the big run that he had to score a touchdown, 57 yards, this one right here to the house. He has just been on a tear this year. He's kind of a little secret weapon for the Weslaco Panthers.
He has, Carlos, and I mean, started the year, he had about 10 carries against San Antonio, but they've kind of brought him in slowly. 2 things have happened. Number one, he's been more involved in the offense due to the injuries of Jacob Cavazos and Payne Canab. And number 2, I mean, he's just stepping up. I mean, they've asked him to carry the load a little bit more, and he's really stepped up. As you mentioned, 486 yards. If he keeps playing the way he has, heck, he might end the season with 1,000 yards.
Yeah, we got a graphic here to show you for the season. 99 carries, 486 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And last week, that monster game, 31 carries, 228 yards, and that touchdown. So are we going to see another big game from Matthew DeSantiago here this afternoon, tonight?
Well, you know what, Carlos? Don't be surprised. I mean, yeah, you would say Harlingen was maybe cut off guard a little bit, and then maybe Brownsville Rivera saw the film and maybe make some adjustments. But I tell you what, the offensive line did a wonderful job blocking, and I'm sure Coach Salinas and the staff will have something up their sleeve for tonight.
Now, Weslaco versus Rivera. Let's take a look at the 10-year history of this group between these two teams, the Panthers versus the Raiders. The Panthers are 6-1 against Rivera. The lone loss was in 2009, where Rivera won 28-20. But look at those scores by the Panthers over the past 10 years. They're averaging 49 points per game.
Yeah, very impressive, Carlos. But when did this series start? It started back in 1992. That was the first year that Brownsville Rivera began UIL sports, and it was a game that the Panthers won in Brownsville Stadium 24-0. The defense only allowed 89 yards and got 4 interceptions.
All right, so you'll want to watch the highlights after the game here on the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance post-game show. And we also have some other important games that will be taking place. Weslaco East, the sister school here in Weslaco, they'll be taking on Harlingen. And who is going to be their go-to guy? Remember, they lost Roy Pedraza. They also lost J.C. Vargas. Well, last week, it was Richard Lefevre who ran with the football. The quarterback, the big boy, 6'4". Watch him run with the football right here against the Falcons. And he was running through them, around them, and over them. Watch the big boy go right here, over 100 yards rushing for Richard Lefevre last week, Mike.
That's right, Carlos. I mean, they're missing their 1-2 punch of Roy Pedraza, Jacob Cavazos, but steps up is Richard Lefevre. And I got to give kudos to the fullback, Number 44, Carlos, Randy Cardosa, only a sophomore with those lead blocks, doing a great job. And Richard being Richard, look at him drag all those players across almost to the end zone there. Another guy, Josh Gonzalez, only a sophomore, 87 yards. So I think we're getting a glimpse of the present and the future of the Weslaco East Wildcats.
All right, well, it is homecoming, and so that means we got some people that have come back for their 10, 15, 20-year reunion. And so there's some people that are excited about that, including one of the most celebrated players in the entire Rio Grande Valley, and it is Mishak Rivas who is here.
Welcome, Mishak.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, he was here a few years back. That's right. He played here in 2007, graduated in 2008. Now, not everybody knows about Mishak because it's been 10 years. Yeah, the hardcore football fans do, but we want to show you a little bit about Mishak and what he did during his time here in Weslaco.
Rivas was nothing but a highlight reel and a must-see football player. He rushed for more than 6,800 yards and scored nearly 100 touchdowns as a 4-year player. In his senior year alone, number 12 rushed for 3,300 yards, a Valley record which still stands today.
I didn't think that I was going to get it, but, you know, with the great line that I had this year and the opportunity that I got to run with the ball as many times as I did, you know, I got it, and I feel really blessed to have it.
One night against San Benito, Rivas set a then Valley single-game rushing record, 431 yards, and scored a total of 47 touchdowns on the season, also a then Valley record.
Put my expectations pretty high at the beginning of the year. As you know, I probably wanted myself as an individual to accomplish maybe the single season rushing record.
Still picking. Got a man wide open down there. That's Rivas at the 30, 20. They're going to be a foot race. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Weslaco.
All right, well, Mishak Rivas, like I said, he's here on the set. How does it feel to be back here in Weslaco, Mishak?
It's different. I feel more like a tourist now than anything. Everything has changed so much. The stadium has. It looks fantastic. The track looks amazing.
Got a new track and a new turf just this year.
Everybody says, you know, smiling faces, and everybody's still crazy about the Panthers. So, you know, it's good that the spirit never left. It's really nice.
Mishak, we just saw a small clip of you and you had a chance to see yourself play. 10 years later, can you still run a 4.4 in the 40, and can you still make those moves?
I'll just say, you know, I'm in the 4 range. We won't say how high or how low. A couple donuts here and there, you know, kind of got me slow a little bit. But as far as the moves go, I got a bad back now too, so I can't really do much of that neither. With my kids and my beautiful wife, you know, they got me running around, staying healthy. So I really credit my conditioning and everything to them. So, you know, it's nice. I still feel like I can make those moves if I need to, but more than 3-4 plays, I'm not too sure.
All right, Mishak. Well, you know, there were a lot of records. You set a lot of records while you were here 10 years ago, but probably the one that's most impressive, let's take a look at this one right here. 3,300 yards, a single-season record that you had, and it was 3,300 yards. This one right here, this happened your freshman year. Do you remember this, your freshman year? I don't think it's been 10 years, plus, you know, add a few more years of freshman year, but that is the first time that you got the football in a varsity football game, just a freshman, and you scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I remember it like it was like if I was coming out today. The coach told me, you know, hey, it's your call, just run. Don't be scared. Your guys got your back. And with the senior leadership that we had, you know, with the receiver core that we had, made a great block on the outside, and everything kind of sealed off to the edge. And
were there any nerves though? Because just the previous year you were playing 8th grade football.
Yes and no. I mean, yes, I've been, you know, in situations where the lights are going to be called on you before, so it made it difficult. But watching my brother play before me and watching all the other Star Panthers before me, you know, just made me that more excited to get out there and perform.
Mishak, I know you live out in the Houston area since you left Weslaco, and I know that you play some semi-pro ball.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about that. Do you still play?
Yeah, I'd actually last year took a year off. The whole team did. We had just decided, you know, it was time for a little break. I've been playing for about 6 years now. For the 5 of the 6 years that I've played, I've made the All-Star Houston semi-pro team. So it's been a pretty big, a different adjustment because there's so much to go through as far as, playing with older guys who know a lot about the game. And, it's still a lot of fun, getting out there. If there's 10,000 people or 10 people, it's still football to me, so it doesn't change.
All right, Mishek. So what are your plans? You're here, of course, for your 10-year reunion. What are the plans for the weekend? What do y'all have planned?
A lot of fun in the sun. I did come to see a Panther game. I want to see a Panther win. I'm excited to see the band, the cheerleaders do their thing.
Well, the band's here, and the cheerleaders are here as well.
Everybody, is still really excited, and it makes me excited to see that. The community's still really strong about the team, and I just came down here to, just enjoy everything. It's a homecoming. I don't come down very often, and when we get the chance to, we just want to make the most of it. So I'm just here to enjoy myself.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Mishek. Let's bring out the Weslaco Panther drum line one more time because they are going to send us and end this show for us. So let's take it away, drum line. Let's get going here, and we will see you after the show. Thank you very much, Mishek Rivas.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
For being here. You look like you could still play.
I'm close to where I was in high school, but, like I said, that 4-4 might not be there, but I'll try.
All right. So we'll wrap it up. That is the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance pregame show. We'll be here after the show for the postgame show. We'll have highlights, we'll have analysis, and also scores. For Mike Gonzalez, Mishak Rivas, I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you after the game.